What's up, nerd geeks and gamers alike? It's your boy Nerdy Nick. Today, we're gonna do something totally out of pocket and not the typical with the normal videos. We're gonna talk about some controversy in our year 2024 within gaming. So let's get to it. Yes, we are going to step away from our usual content on the channel for this one-off special that I really haven't been looking forward to making because I just really don't care to talk about controversy, drama, etc, etc. You don't come to the channel to hear about that stuff. You come here to see me be goofy and talk about some of your old favorite games or maybe your new favorite games or whatever the case may be. But I think it's time that we talk about the culture war of 2024. Honestly, it's been a long time coming. Like, I've been holding off making this video as long as possible, really trying to just see if I could just not even dabble into this whole thing. But here we are. So bear with me. This video is not scripted at all. This is just off the cusp. Or off the cuff. Yeah, off the cuff. Hello. Wordplay. You fool! These are my thoughts on everything. This could have been a podcast topic, but I wanted this specifically to be a video on its own. We could probably talk about it on the podcast as well at a certain point, but I just wanted this to just be its own thing with my own thoughts and just me on here. So, all that rambling out of the way. The culture war of 2024. That's what I'm calling it. People are calling it Gamergate 2.0 and this and that. And for the uninitiated, there's been some drama going on in the gaming world. You know, you've got two sides to this, really. You've got one side who's pretty much the developers, the DEI contractors, like Sweet Baby Inc. and people like that who essentially are consultants to the development firms or developer companies who, try to force DEI into games, inject diversity where it might not be normally, so on and so forth. Also, helping out with censorship in games too, which is automatically just not fucking cool. Like, video games, at the end of the day, it's art. It is storytelling. Censorship doesn't belong in books. It doesn't belong in fucking movies. It doesn't belong in art at all. Censorship is just fucking dumb. Especially when it's like a rated M game. Especially, you know what I mean? Like, it's for mature audiences only. It's like, hello? But anyways. So you got that whole side of everything, right? Some people call them the nose ring mafia, the rainbow colored rogue brigade, whatever, And then you've got the other side where there's guys like people like Smash JT, Melanie Mac, fucking Hypnotic, Geeks and Gamers, and all that side, who spend the majority of their time making videos complaining about all this stuff that the other side is doing. And then the other side starts to retaliate, and it's just it is a constant game of righteous volleyball and who believes they're right. And then you've got guys like me, who are just like in the middle, minding my own business, putting up, stupid videos when I can, especially since the baby's been born. It's pretty tough. But yeah, let's take a little dive into this. Just on my thoughts, and again, it's gonna be scatterbrained, word vomiting here, but I just keep talking myself in circles, whatever. I got a moment to make a video, and we're gonna do that. So, this whole DEI thing, right? It kind of has popped up recently across media in general. With television shows, commercials, movies, video games, etc. I don't think diversity is a bad thing. I live in a pretty diverse town in Arizona, where you've got, just a plethora of different, ethnicities all living together as one. Diversity, I see it all the time. But it doesn't make sense to me when you're like forcefully injecting it into things. And that seems to stem a lot of people's issues on the other side of things, right? So like the guys like Smash JT, Geeks and Gamers, Hypnotic, etc. And they're not alone in their thoughts. You go onto Twitter threads and Reddit and etc. You're going to see a lot of the same kind of voices and stuff, right? About, for example, look at The Little Mermaid when that came out, right? The live action. A lot of people were upset about the, race swapping of it all. I think race swapping in that particular thing, not in that particular thing in general, but across the board, is pretty funny of a subject, because no matter what, if you race swap a white character to a black or a black to a white, there's going to be an outrage and an uproar, but it's okay when one party does it but not the other. Again, funny DEI bullshit. But with video games, there's been a lot of, let's say, activism thrown in as an underlying beat to stories that kind of bleed through and break the fourth wall into the real life, right? Kind of. I will say that kind of, because it is there, right? But at the end of the day, that stuff's been around for forever, especially in music. And all of a sudden now it's a big deal because it's in video games. Like, that's where I look at the side of the YouTubers who are upset and everything, and I'm like, guys, it's been around for fucking forever. I don't know what the big fucking deal is here. Why is it new all of a sudden? So anyways, like I was saying, one side does one thing, the other side reacts and then retaliates, and it just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And it's gotten pretty ridiculous over the last few months. You've got guys like Smash JT who, Alyssa Mercante, dug through and found out who his wife is through all of his social media and this and that, and DM'd her directly and tried to break their marriage apart. People have also called places where he has worked in the past, thinking that is his actual place of work, to try to get him fired. That's pretty ridiculous. I will say too as well, I think it's pretty ridiculous that the other side of everything, right? So you got the developers here, and then you've got the YouTubers and stuff here. I think it's kind of ridiculous that the YouTubers and stuff here keep on egging on this side and keep on antagonizing them, and they keep antagonizing them. It is like a toxic fucking relationship, right? One could not exist without the other. Literally. And let me explain why, okay? Developers with DEI consultants making video games end up turning out shitty. The game sucks. Nobody buys it. Studios close. Done deal, right? But instead, all that same thing happens. YouTubers and podcasters get outraged, make videos about it, spread the word about the game. Studio devs fire back, etc., etc., and then it just keeps going back and forth like a bad game of Pong. Literally, that is it. One side cannot exist without the other. But if you just let this side do their thing, and let their games be shitty, and no one buys them, I think that's a win. I can see, because there have been arguments made about how people on this side are grifters. Coming across, making all these big YouTube videos, getting so animated and exaggerated in their thoughts and beliefs on why this game sucks and it deserves to not be bought, and, tank the studio, and it's fucking childish, dude. And I could just see how, clickbaity and stuff everything is, right? And, God, this is probably going to be my most downvoted video ever. I will probably lose plenty of subs because of not picking a side and just calling out everything on both sides, right? But, I will say that it is easier to understand why people are calling this side grifters and whatnot, let's just say this for example, okay? What if DEI and all this and that eventually goes away, right? Like the games, like games like Concord and Dustborn and this and that, they keep tanking, they keep failing. Studios are going to say, hey, we gotta fucking do away with this DEI shit. It's tanking us. No one's buying our games anymore. We're losing tons of money. Okay, what then? What content are you going to make then? What is your plan for that afterwards? Because I get it. I totally fucking get it. It is so much easier to shit on things than it is to actually, like, talk about shit you actually like. Like, bad news sells, right? Negativity fucking sells. And I mean, you can tell by people's sudden increases in subscribers when you see all their videos is just bad shit after bad shit after bad shit. People flock to the drama. People flow to, like, a fucking train wreck. And, like, that's all this thing really is. Like, it's a train wreck. You're just watching a constant fucking disaster happen. And I think, honestly, it just makes the hobby of gaming in general look really bad. You've got, like, just fucking total drama island, cartoony bullshit going on. I have nothing against any of the people on this side, right? Like the Melanie Max and Geeks and Gamers and so on and so forth. Like, fuck, I'm actually friends with Smash JT. He went to my wedding, like, we have a really good friendship. And that also includes being able to call each other out on bullshit, right? I will go into his comments and kind of be like, hey, that situation's actually not that fucking bad, bro. Like, you sound a little entitled, dude. But that's the thing, right? Rational adults can disagree, shake hands, and move on, and continue to be friends. And since it's an election year especially, I think people ought to, kind of hang on to that message. But I do think with all these videos that come out just about, like, fighting the good fight, and fucking calling out DEI this, and I'm under attack by this, person, or this or that. It's like, number one, why do you think you're getting harassed? On both sides. I'm literally talking to both sides here. Why do you think you're getting harassed? Probably because you're starting shit with the other person, and they started shit with you, etc., etc. Like, can you really pull the victim card here? At the end of the day, can you really? Because all you're doing is making the situation worse. And, like, when people complain about, like Alyssa Mercante, right? They complained about her just wanting attention and this and that. Well, guess what, dude? Like, you're giving it to her by constantly making videos about her. Like, just let sleeping dogs lie. It's really not that hard to just fucking mind your own business, talk about things you actually enjoy, and have a good time. I really don't understand why it's so hard for people to just understand that concept. Because ultimately, gamers, we just want good games. We want to have fun, right? So developers, stop fucking making every, big major title a fucking political statement. Sometimes it's just okay to turn the fucking, politically correct sign off and play a game like fucking Doom Eternal. You know what I mean? Play a game like fucking Burnout 3. It's just fucking fun. At the end of the day, it's just fucking fun. But yeah, I don't really think you get a license to pull a victim card here, because all you do is perpetually talk shit to anyone you disagree with. There's one video in particular where Smash JT referenced Mitch Dryer, someone's name, whatever, right? And throughout the video, he called him bitch the entire time because Mitch had blocked him on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Go back and re-review it. That would basically be like slapping bitch Dyer in the face for an awful take on this cult classic.
I thought that was a really bad look. Really bad look by Smash over there. I didn't bother to reach out to him about it because I was driving at the time while listening to the video. But I thought that was absolutely, like, just the dumbest thing you could have done, dude. And, again, like, why are you just spending all your time bitching and moaning to the camera? And this goes for everyone on this side. Like, you guys look like fucking whiny children. And you look no better than the people that you're complaining about over on this side of things. Especially when you start to resort to call someone bitch throughout the entire video. When you're referencing their name. Like, it's just a dumb look. And it doesn't help your argument, like, whatsoever. And like I said, I'm sure this is gonna be a video all over the place. I'll probably get most downvotes ever on this video. I'll probably lose a ton of subscribers and stuff, but like, that's the fucking bullet I'm willing to take on this whole thing. If you don't like what these people are doing, don't buy the game. Don't play the game. Vote with your wallet. It's literally the best piece of weaponry that you can use against that, right? Because making a video bitching and moaning about it, you know, like for 4 or 5 times, it's not going to make the game sell any less than it already would have. Because all you're doing, I mean, you want to talk about echo chamber. Guys on this side will say that the developers and DEIs and this and that are in their echo chamber. Guess what, dudes and dudettes? Like, so are you. What do you think your comment section is? What do you think you're following on X or Instagram or this or that is? It's a fucking echo chamber. People on this side, right, are so fucking, like, ignorant to the fact that they are literally a mirror of the DEI and development side of things, right? The woke mob and this and that. You're literally the fucking mirror image of each other. You know, it's just a different coat of fucking paint. And I think it's unfortunate, right? It's unfucking fortunate that sometimes it resorts to all this petty bullshit. I don't know. The way you guys act with each other, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Yeah, like, at the end of the day, it's fucking dumb. Both of you look fucking dumb. And I'm honestly, what prompted me to do this whole video in general is I'm so tired of my timeline full of fucking whiny crybabies on both sides of things. Like, if you don't like something, just don't play it, right? And the same argument could be used against me, right? Well, if you don't like it, unfollow. And guess what? I have. But X has this thing where it shows you shit that, you know, people you follow like. Listen, it's almost like it's unescapable at this point. You know, YouTube recommends and this and that. Like, it's just all over the place. You know, I'm naturally, like, conservative in my views, you know, and whatnot. But I'm not going out there and bitching and moaning about, you know, all this forced DEI stuff. Like, talked about it on the podcast once or twice, you know. But really, like, I don't try to spend time on things that I don't fucking like, you know? And I think that's probably a smart use of my time. I honestly feel dirty making this fucking video. Like, I don't enjoy making this fucking video. I'm actually getting, like, heated up and stuff about it, and I feel like I'm dipping my toes into the dark side, you know what I mean? The dark side. Fucking A. But anyways, this video is kind of getting a little long in the tooth, but yeah, there's definitely some fucking controversies that have been going on. I'm barely even, like, skimming the surface with it. I guess I'm just giving my point of view from an outsider looking in and kind of just calling it all out for everyone. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. You know, I've gone to a point where I'm like, if you don't like what major game studios are putting out, do it yourself. Fucking fund a game studio. I don't know what to tell you, you know, like, support indies. There are literally thousands of other video games you could be fucking playing. Thousands, maybe millions at this point, of video games you could be playing. You know? Like, what is the fucking problem, Chief? You know? If it doesn't Mama the Mia, find another pizzeria. You know what I mean? That fucking rhymed. Nice. But I don't know. It's fucking dumb. But you know what? You're gonna keep making the same videos that you always make about this drama and that drama, and here's why this game's going to fail, and you say it with a smile on your face, this is people's fucking livelihoods, and not everyone at the game studio is a person in charge of DEI or wokeness or this or that, right? Some dudes are just there to be a background artist. Do you think they deserve to lose a job? Like, for them, it's probably literally just a job and a way to, you know, like, get their foot in the door and do what they enjoy, and all they're doing is background artist stuff. You know what I mean? Do you think they deserve to get fucking shit canned? You know, because you hope that the game fucking tanks? No, I think that's actually pretty fucking inhumane of you to actually think that way. I don't know. I'm not afraid to hurt anyone's feelings. You know, like, I think a lot of people on this side of stuff, like Black Girl Gamers, Sweet Baby Inc., Anita Cartesi, whatever her fucking name is. I think a lot of that stuff is fucking dumb too. You know, and I'm not here to like picking sides, defending one side over the other, because a lot of people on the DEI side of shit are the ones that really escalate things and have made a lot of calls for violence, have, you know, harassed people's ex-workplaces, spouses, etc., etc. That's fucking, like, come on. Just stop. Stop being petty. Just stop it. You know? Neither one side of you is better than the other. You know? Like, none. I might get called a fence sitter, and I don't really fucking care. I really have no dog in the fight when it comes to this stuff. Like, there could not be a new video game to ever come out again, and I will be totally fine, because I have hundreds of video games to play and enjoy all the games that I have. You know, like, in my collection, I don't buy a game that I'm not going to play. You know, I'm not that kind of collector. I don't just collect just to fucking fill up a shelf like a lot of others out there. Oh my god. This has been a rant. I really don't enjoy making these kinds of videos. There's really not a whole lot of creativity or artistry involved in it at all. It's just a fucking place to, you know, just air the fucking steam out, you know. I really didn't want to make this video, you know, but it is what it is. I think just being so into the hobby of, you know, YouTubing and podcasting, this stuff is always like right up in my face and all that. I mean, fucking even across Star Wars and this and that. I need a fucking water. Maybe I'll leave that in, maybe I won't. But anyways, yeah, like, make up a game studio yourself then. All of you fucking band together and, you know, do that. Band together and fucking, you know, make your own indie games. You know? Games that you will like, games that you will play. And also, too, like, you know, there's a lot of this fucking, like, wokeness and fucking DEI stuff that's, you know, in IGN, in fucking Kotaku, and all these other, you know, publications, websites and stuff that a lot of people don't like, which is fine. We are allowed to like and dislike whatever we want. You know, I'm honestly a little upset with IGN and the way they're handling kind of things lately. You know, if they rate a movie bad, go see it because it's probably good. But, you know, like, they were refusing to review Lollipop Chainsaw, right? The Repop edition. A lot of people got really upset that they were refusing to review it. Guess what, guys? The unfortunate truth is IGN doesn't have to review it if they don't want to. And if they don't want to, that's their business, and that should be fine. I know it's really fun to rip and tear into Kotaku, IGN, you know, PC Gamer, whatever, for their points of views and stuff. Well, if it bothers you so much, why don't you just make your own website and your own review site? I've proposed this before to Smash JT, and he said that he was too busy for it because he already has his own website, which I was like, sure, okay, that's cool. I'm still trying to find time to launch a website and get just map it all out and stuff, but I do plan on doing that. And I think it would be a cool alternative to what's out there right now. So, you know, if you're going to talk about it, like, be about it, you know what I mean? Otherwise, just, like, shut the fuck up and stop complaining. Really. You know? You're making gamers look bad. You're making video game developers look bad. Just stop. Fucking make games that are going to be fun, that are going to be visually and audibly appealing, and, you know, stop chasing the fucking magical dollar. You know? Just do it for the passion. Do it for the fun. You know, do it for the people. Like, yeah. People should feel represented in things. But it doesn't have to be everything. And not everything is for everyone. And that's fine. That's probably going to wrap it up. And I'm sure when I'm done recording, I'll think of a million other points I wanted to say. But yeah, that's just where it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. That is how the shlammalama ding dongs. I don't know. Fucking whatever. Alright, guys. I'm gonna fucking go to the gym now. Because I'm worked up. Alright, guys. You take care. And until next time, game on.